It's 7 p.m. Sunday night, July 12th, 2020. I set up camp in the mountains near Lake City, Colorado, right next to this really cool old ghost town. And I'm in the process of preparing dinner. On the way here, I stopped at Natural Grocers and picked up these organic grass-fed beef burgers. These burger patties have cauliflower, lentils, geez whiz, man, and butternut squash already mixed into them. I'm sure they taste brilliant. They're green. This is a tasty burger. When I got to this old town site, the first thing I saw was this flat spot with a stone fire ring, and I thought, man, what a great place to spend the night. So I immediately set up camp here, and when I was making the burgers, some really dark clouds were passing through. I was worried about the weather there for a moment. I did not check the weather forecast before coming up here, and I should always do that. But I lucked out. That system moved through quickly, the sky's cleared, and the air is calm, so I'm going to sleep great tonight. Tomorrow, my plan is simply to break camp fairly early and then work my way up Cinnamon Pass. It's Monday morning and I'm making my way up Cinnamon Pass. I'm going to take my time though. I might not get over the pass today. I want to take in some of the scenery and I'm thinking about doing a hike. There is a lot of traffic, 4x4 and ATV on the pass road, even on a Monday, but it is mid-July and this is peak season to be enjoying the Colorado Rockies. Hi. I'm backpacking into American Basin, and this basin is popular for its wildflowers. I brought my proper camera. It's in my pack, which is why my pack's so heavy. But the weather's been on and off. It was just raining a little bit ago, so I'm using the GoPro for now. I did in fact check the weather forecast before I came up here, and it said partly cloudy. You know, I have no doubt that in an hour or two the sun will be out and the sky will be blue. Or not an hour or two, maybe 5 minutes. Seriously, it's 5 minutes after that last clip. Alright, I'm just over 1 mile in, out of American Basin, and this trail goes up to Handy's Peak, which is 14,052 feet. I don't know if I'm going all the way up today. It's too late in the day. What I'd like to do is find a place to set up my tent the next half mile or so, and then maybe attack the summit in the morning. It's about 1.25 miles still to the summit of Handy's Peak, and I've got dark clouds in all directions. Alright, unfortunate change of plans. I'm not spending the night up here. I was hoping that I'd find a tent site before I got to this point. Beyond this point, it turns to rocky switchbacks to go the rest of the way up the mountain, and the weather is too volatile. I'm going to be donning my rain gear again in a matter of minutes. I absolutely hated to bail from that plan. The summit of that mountain was within reach. It was getting late. The weather was sketchy. I didn't know where to put the tent. I try to exercise the very best judgment all the time, even when I toss myself down a snowbank. But sometimes I don't know if I'm exercising good judgment or just being lame. Well, I thought I'd be in my backpacking tent tonight, but I think this is even better. I scored this great campsite just a stone's throw from the trailhead, but since I was expecting to have dinner on the mountain, I think I'm going to go with backpacking food. Either 3 cheese mac and cheese or 3 bean chili mac. 3 cheese. A rich, creamy blend of Parmesan, Romano, and cheddar cheeses make the perfect comfort food, cheesy and delicious. Sold. Yeah, it's very good. It cooled off a good bit though. So tomorrow morning I'll continue working my way up the pass, and I suspect I'll get to the top in short order. After that, I'll probably pass through Silverton and then just look for more places to explore. But that's a nice thing about the San Juan Mountains. There's adventure in every direction. It's Tuesday morning and I got a wonderful night of sleep last night. It rained a couple times through the night, so the mountains got some much needed moisture, and this has been a phenomenal campsite. It's tucked in the trees just off of Cinnamon Pass Road, so it's off a major thoroughfare, but there's a decent amount of privacy and the setting is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna finish cleaning up, make some coffee, and then hit the trail. I just crossed Cinnamon Pass coming up from the east, and it took me about, 30 minutes from camp. Cinnamon Pass is a popular route. It runs from Lake City to Silverton, Colorado, or vice versa. I'm coming from the Lake City side. Nice feng shui, but a bit of a fixer-upper. Hi. Wow. Hi. That is the west side of Ophir Pass, Ophir, and it's so beautiful, so dramatic. The road itself isn't technical and doesn't require much clearance, but it is very loose rock, and it is also a narrow shelf road. It's Tuesday night and I'm all settled in. I got a pretty nice campsite in the mountains south of Ophir. The sky is clear, there's no wind, and it is extremely peaceful. It's dead quiet out there. But I'm going to call it a night, catch up on some rest, and tomorrow I'm going to explore the mountains and the roads in this region. Yesterday on Ophir Pass, I went to put my passenger front power window down, and it would not. When I flip the switch, I hear a solenoid click in the door, so I know at least that power is getting to where it needs to go. Also, my passenger front fender is tearing, and I think it has been for a while, but just recently it seems to have gotten much worse. The dual battery tray is tied in right next to the tear, so I'm wondering if it is the weight of the dual batteries and the constant vibration of rough roads. This Jeep has been extraordinarily reliable over the years. It leads a hard life. I can always depend on it to start right up, and it just goes. Any problems that I have had have been really lame, like loose electrical connection. But these tiny issues, a lot of little things are just starting to crop up. The window, the metal fatigue. Everything is repairable down to the engine, the powertrain, so I don't think that this Jeep will ever be retired out of necessity. But it has me thinking, if there does come a time where the Jeep needs to be sidelined for some major repairs, then what? I asked myself, is there a practical lifespan to this vehicle? It does not get a rest. It's in the field every single day. All I do is take it to a shop to get serviced every 3 to 6 months. But between those times, I'm trusting that it's going to hold together and that it's going to stay working and that it's going to get me to where I want to go. I think about different vehicles on a regular basis because the one thing that I desperately crave is more living space. But more living space comes with a bigger vehicle, and that comes at a cost of reduced mobility. So what I really want is this Jeep, but with the interior dimensions of the TARDIS on Doctor Who. I think this is a conversation that I'm going to have with you more frequently in the months ahead, because as this thing fatigues and as it grows older, I think I should have, at the very least, a backup plan. I cannot stress this enough, but when you're out on adventure, don't adhere to the map. Be curious. Explore off the beaten path. You will not be disappointed. old cabin was a mining hut, and a historical sign said that uranium was what they were looking for here. That was in the early 20th century. On my way down the mountain, I happen upon this campsite, which is nestled against these conifers. There's a picturesque stream right over there, and I was famished, so I helped myself to a heaping plate of spaghetti, which was accompanied by a little bit of regret. This campsite's at 9,200 feet, which, as far as Colorado National Forests go, that's a lower elevation, so it's a little bit warmer, a little bit more comfortable temperature-wise. However, the bugs are really, really bad. I thought it would be the mosquitoes, but it's not. There's tons of flies, and they're really annoying. In hindsight, I probably should have stayed at one of those beautiful cliffside campsites up the mountain. What an amazing piece of history that train is, and what an incredible way to display it over a gorge like that. I wonder if this era that we live in now will ever be looked back at in awe. Because we have things like internal combustion engines and Bluetooth. It's Thursday morning, July 16th, 2020, and I'm at Morrow Point Dam just outside of Cimarron, Colorado. I was up way early this morning, got coffee in Silverton, and started making treks to the north. When I was passing through Cimarron, which is just a dot on the map, I turned north to discover this great hydroelectric dam with a hiking trail and a beautiful river through a canyon. So with this, I'm going to call that a wrap for the week. Very important, next week there will be no video. Today's the 16th, so the next video would be due on July 24th. Instead, I'm going to do the next video on July 31st, so it should be ready to watch on August 1st. I'm just going to take some time to recharge, give the Jeep a rest, connect with a few friends, and also tend to some much-needed business. In the beginning of August, I need to pop in and out of Oregon for some Jeep service. But following that, I'm going to be heading east to the northern Rocky Mountain states, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. So in the weeks ahead, you can expect some changes in scenery. Thanks for following along, and I will see you again in 2 weeks.